Well, after hours and hours of debate and public comment, the State Board of Education says more discussion is needed on its proposed Title IX resolution. More than 100 people showed up for public comment, and it took so long the board couldn't even get to everyone. 10 TV's Richard Solomon was in the room. And Richard, what did they ultimately decide?
Well, Yolanda, the board voted 12-7 in favor of sending this resolution to executive committee. Now, board members told me they simply need to get this right for the kids.
Do not allow schools to rob us of our children.
Where's the respect and sensitivity for the mental health and emotional well-being of biological girls in sport?
On the day many people were anticipating a final vote, the State Board of Education voted to send the Title IX resolution to executive committee for more discussion. The resolution, Board member Brendan Shea introduced, lays out an unequivocal opposition to the Biden administration's proposal to extend Title IX's protection to gender identity and sexual orientation.
I believe as education leaders in Ohio, this body must take a stand on one of the defining issues impacting education today.
Ohio schools that don't go along with it face the risk of losing federal funding for their school lunch program. Board member Tim Miller says it's imperative they get this right. He's the one who proposed sending it to a committee.
One common denominator that I hear from both sides, and both sides seem to be so far apart, is that these kids exist, transgender kids exist, and we haven't had any kind of discussion on how we help those kids. And that's what we're supposed to be doing here.
Under the expanded version of Title IX, it would require schools to allow access to bathrooms, locker rooms, and sports teams to transgender students. The goal of the expansion was to provide more protection for students against discrimination based on sexual orientation or gender identity.
I think it would be a travesty for this to go into committee and something doesn't come out.
And after the meeting, Shea declined speaking with me. But I am told the president of the board wants that executive committee meeting to happen before the board meets again in November. But nothing as of now has been scheduled.